Yo, when the funhouse mirror does you right.
No, that's she thick now.
She thick. Oh Jesus.
Thick now. Yeah.
Stop it. Nelly Furtado turned into that auntie you're not allowed to visit.
Mesmerized, y'all. I was mesmerized. I'm sorry.
Like, you just can't go over Auntie Nellie's house. You just can't anymore.
Yeah, she dropped off the scene for a minute, and then all of a sudden she came back looking like that, and I was like, "What's the matter?"
Whenever she dropped off, she picked up.
I'm not fucking you right now.
You are?
Can you feel my dick fucking your mind?
Really feel anything?
See, that's it. That's the art of it.
Hope you're wearing a condom because I have a dirty mind.
Oh, P. Diddy.
That aged like fine milk.
Didn't it? Didn't it?
Yo, did you hear that audio? It's disturbing,
yes. I could only hear it once.
I didn't listen to it. I dodged that bullet.
Bro, it sounds like something in jail, bro.
I was about to say
right.
It sounded like late nights on the tier. You know what I'm saying? And you hear it, but you don't want to be part of it.
That's how Meek Mill sounded on that.
Right.
Oh, shit.
Okay. All right. I'm stopping right there. I don't even want to talk about that.
I never experienced that tape ever. And I'm glad.
Horrible.
It was disturbing. That was really fucked up shit. I think that we need to change the stereotypes too, because it's been said that black folks love fried chicken. But I don't see any people in that 2-mile long Chick-fil-A line, any black people in that line every day.
But that's chicken
white people
fillet,
have now stolen chicken from us.
I don't know if we're allowed to say that because they were providing the chicken that we were eating anyway. Where I'm at, they got the KFC and the Taco Bell at the same building.
Right, yes.
Yeah, so we don't know who works for what. You know what I'm saying? They're just all in there just making things happen.
Chick-fil-A is a very diverse staff, though. I will say that. I mean, that is just racial harmony in there.
Right, because who doesn't like not working on Sunday?
Fact.
My name Brian. I'm 2% black. I got 13 kids. I live off welfare checks, and I'm chasing my rap career.
How many people do you actually know that fit the description of what Cassidy Campbell presented in front of that city council? I'm sure you've heard of people like this, but how many people do you know that have 13 kids, living off of welfare, chasing a rap career? So if that is the stereotype of the majority, then why don't you know anybody like that, really?
He would be the only person I know like that.
Exactly.
Right.
So guess what? It's not a stereotype of a majority. I'm not trying to be nice.
When someone sues you for so much money that you settle at $30 million, bro, ain't nothing that somebody's saying that you're doing I'm not believing at this point. You know what? I'll give you $30 million to shut up.
Look, man. All I know is that he reached a point where he is just...
Oh, he reached a point, all right.
Yeah, exactly. He reached all the way in. All the points. Right.
All right, he appears to have pulled the gloves on, Counsel. All right, would you show that to the jury, Mr. Simpson, in that manner? Thank you. Other hand.
Literally like this when he was trying. Right.
But see, this is the thing. This is there is some validation to the fact that he did have another.
Man, I've been trying to get my hands strong for years, man.
Right.
It's just your hands are what you got.
Right.
All you have to do is become a world recognized running back.
But he was already that. The man had a closet full of fitting isotoners. That's a huge bitch. If you're going to kill your wife, don't you want to be comfortable when you do it? Why would you want to wear some too small ass gloves? I'm just saying.
When I murder in luxury.
That's all I'm saying.
that, bro. I know, bro. I understand what you're saying, bro. But you gotta make look like this. I can't do that, bro. Remember where you at, bro. Remember where you at.
Tape. Yo, stabbing is so brutal, yo. Like you.
Okay, see, I was trying to move,
But that's why Jamaican posses took over New York, because they weren't shooting people; they were running around the streets with machetes and shit.
We don't shoot.
I don't want that smoke with Kendrick, though. I'm gonna tell you that it's not a clapback project. Future do not want that smoke.
Man, I'm telling you right now, Future's not even.
Future and Kendrick were on the song, so they're good.
I'm gonna tell you right now that Kendrick and Future, I don't know what's going on, but I think the whole thing was so that everybody was looking at them when they dropped some shit.
I think that God put that kill switch. I mean, I believe in a higher power. I know what I'm saying to you is, do I believe in the death penalty? I feel like some people probably deserve it, but I feel like as humans, when we make ourselves so important that we can decide a person's fate, whether it's, live or die, that's a dangerous, dangerous position to put yourself in.
Can I take my car now? Why? For what reason?
For the warrant tomorrow.
For a warrant tomorrow. You know how illegal that sounds? So what are you going to do to me if I go and get into my car?
You will be arrested for obstruction.
From what?
Justice, yes.
For what?
Of a government official trying to do his duties. The district attorney said we are impounding your car for a warrant that will be served on your car tomorrow morning.
For what?
The odor of marijuana.
The odor of marijuana.
And to get in your glove box.
And talk about justice. These cops just took an ounce of cocaine off the streets. You can all rest easy and feel safe.
Yeah, nobody's gonna be getting high today. I want to touch
the streets of San Francisco are clean tonight, baby. We took an ounce of cocaine off the street and ruined a man's life.
You can now live in Livingston County.
You can't handle the truth.
You can tell your mom to stop sucking dick because the crack is off the streets.
I don't know if Livingston County, I think it's in New Jersey. Did New Jersey just have an earthquake or something?
Freeze! OJ's in there sipping coffee just like it's a normal Friday. Right, reserving tea times.
That wasn't exactly what happened according to police records.
I was watching it on TV, so according to my iris, it was just right. According to my iris,
it was a slow ass chase, wasn't it?
Yeah.
She's holding it.
I believe that they felt entitled to do this because these bears were black.
I agree.
They weren't worried about the daddy bear coming around, because you know how black bears are.
You ain't either. Just like most black families, you got to worry about the mama.
Right, it's the mama you got to worry about. Yeah. So from what I heard, these people did not get mauled by a bear afterwards, but one of them did.
Did it kind of make you feel let down?
It did, because I felt like it was deserved.
I won't say Ashanti is the best singer, but she does what she needs to do. Because when remember that Biggie shit, when she did the remix to that, I was like, okay.
Well,
certain songs you just don't remix, and she did it, and it was dope. I mean, I was a big fan of the whole Bad Boy, Murder Inc. collaborations. Like that music back in the day was all great.
Sound like tainted.
Endless love.
Right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Sekou Haze.
Yeah. I still got it.
I was talking to a friend the other day about it. Yo, we will never have music like that again, ever.
Yeah, we said it on this show.
That's not true. It's gonna happen.
Maybe that's what I was talking to the other day.
Yeah, it was us. We were the friends. We were the friends you were talking.
You know why it's gonna happen again? Because right now everybody was in love with AI, and now AI is the enemy, and creativity is starting to become like, yo, that sounds like AI. We ain't fucking with you. It's gonna go back to the musicians soon.
Ramen was the #1 sold item at prison commissaries. Ramen has become like cash among American prisoners because behind bars, it can buy you anything.
As soon as prisons are no longer private,
it doesn't matter if it's private or state-owned. It's still money.
Explain.
It's still money in the prison system. There's still money in there. Hold on, let me be real. When a person is in jail, okay, if they got to spend some time there, they have this thing that I know everybody knows of called commissary, right? Yeah. Commissary is just food that you could buy on the outside, marked up 5 times. A pack of noodles that you would spend, 30 cents a pack, you get 3 of them for $1 in Dollar General. You will pay $2 for 1 pack. So if you want 3 packs, you're gonna spend $6. That's your family sending money. That money gets basically taxed by them marking everything up, and that money's being made regardless of whether the prison is private or state-owned. The commissary system is still there.
This society is very keen on people performing. There's all this phoniness all the time, right?
You're an actor, bitch.
When you are autistic, you literally are unable to even catch these certain social cues. I was in a fight and I didn't know I was about to be in a fight because I just didn't understand the social cues.
Right.
I literally didn't understand what was happening.
But you're just rude.
I'm thinking like they said come outside and I'm like, what's up? And then I get punched in the fucking face. For the record, I won the fight.
You let her get up. She got up first, and you still won.
Yes, sir.
Damn, you got squabble skills like that.
I have rage. This society is very keen on people.
We are live. Yeah. Okay. Make sure my sound is up. Y'all gonna have to hear me today. Welcome to another Purge of the BS. Make sure you hit that like, that subscribe when you first come into the channel. Special shout to my early birds over here. Tamara in the chat, Al Bond in the chat. I see you, bro. Thank y'all for stopping on in. We are gonna get into some stuff today. If you're easily offended, this is not the show to tune into today. We got a few things to go over. As Black History Month ended, recently the BLM Plaza was totally dismantled. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the symbolism. We're going to talk about what that really means for the future of racial division and blah, blah, blah in America. But before we do that, as you guys always know, I gotta run my layup lines, warm up the algorithm a little bit to know that we're actually here. So if you're here, make sure you're hitting those reactions on the lower right of the screen if you have the little smiley faces or whatever if you're on mobile. Make sure you like the broadcast, share the broadcast, and then you've done your due diligence. For my show sponsors, Freeman Services, special shouts to Freeman Services, special shouts to Tamara for sponsoring the show, and special shouts to all of the donors, super chats, and people that are buying the merch. You guys are really helping out. Apologize for any delays on shipping, but we're working that out, okay? So, guys, I really hope you're ready for what I'm gonna do today. I'm gonna piss somebody off, I'm just gonna be honest. But then again, why be called Purge the BS and not piss people off? Seems like it would be, counterproductive. So I'm not going to be counterproductive. Oh, my chat paused here. Okay, here we go. All right, guys. It's time to bring it in. All right, look. I'm just going to give y'all the disclaimer. It is what it is. It is what it is.
This is not a test. This is your emergency broadcast system announcing the commencement of another purge of the BS, sanctioned by the First Amendment. Frustration levels 0 to 100 have been authorized for use during this purge. All weapons are restricted. Government officials have not been granted immunity from the purge of the BS and shall undoubtedly receive the smoke. Commencing at the sound of the gong, any and all BS, especially unnecessary goofiness, will be purged without consequence. Police, fire, and emergency medical services will be available, but they will be busy because later will be watching the purge of the BS. Blessed be those who have already been victims of some BS. May God be with you all.
All right. Well, we are here, y'all. We are here. And we're just gonna dive right into it. Apparently, because I did the story on the trans football player the other day, people felt like I was being insensitive, okay, to the trans football players. And so I said to myself, if they think I'm being insensitive now, give me a moment. Hold my beer, as they would say, because we are about to really, really piss a few people off, okay? So as you know, I peruse the interwebs. And as content comes to me, I have to deal with it as it arrives, right? So because of this trans football player thing the other day, I started getting some things about alternative lifestyles. And, you know, we're going to go into this. We're going to go into this. So there is a question that has been asked. I'm going to ask this of my people in the chat. Let my chat people make their own decision. But here's the question. If you, as a male, are in a relationship with a trans woman, are you or are you not homosexual? I would use the G word, but the only person that seems to be able to use that on the internet is Candace Owens these days, so I'm going to go ahead and leave that alone. But guys, you're going to have to see this. You're just going to have to see it. It is what it is. It is what it is. Let me pause this thing here. All right, I'm going to bring it up. But that's the question. That's the question. If you a dude and you messing with a dude, are you considered the G word? Okay, I'll just say the G word so I don't get in trouble. Al Bond's got his vote in early. He doesn't want to hear what this gentleman has to say about. Well, I'm gonna just let him say it. I'm gonna just let him say it. Hold on. All right, so this gentleman apparently is dating a trans woman, and people are saying that he is an homosexual. As a result of it, I'm gonna let y'all hear him plead his argument, and then we'll make another decision at the end. Okay, here we go.
So a lot of people criticize me for dating a trans woman in 2025 of all years, saying that I am a homosexual for doing so. And I think it's very bigoted, but like surface level to say such a thing like that, because women have many features. They have beautiful eyes. The thing that I love about my trans girlfriend is her beautiful eyes, her beautiful lips, her beautiful chest, her beautiful arms.
I call it chest. This is a dude.
Just because one part is not approved in societal standards, it must mean that I'm a homosexual for being in love with a woman. Are you telling me that this much real estate you can't overlook in a relationship?
No.
That if this much real estate on her beautiful body is wrong to you, wrong by societal standards, that must mean you have a totally different sexual orientation? I don't believe it. I think society has gone mad. I think it's insane. I think
it is
absolutely
insane. What he's saying.
Abhorrent that this much real estate, you can't push it to the side.
Yo,
you can't
did he say
overlook
push it
that.
to the
I
side?
did not fall in love with this woman because what she has in her genes. I fell in love with her heart.
See what you did there,
Even,
what she has in her
I'm not saying
genes.
that I'm not into physical features, but I fell in love with many physical features, and you think that one physical feature that I'm not into is going to make me
It's a pretty,
not be in love with my girlfriend.
big
That
red
is
flag
the
pole.
most narcissistic thing that you could say.
Is it?
So
All
a
right,
lot
guys.
of people.
It's time to weigh in. And we're going to weigh in quickly on this one because I am not going to spend a lot of time on this. The guy is being criticized for dating a trans woman. And he is saying that he is not homosexual as a result of it. First of all, a trans woman does not have 99% of the same features as a cis woman. Let's just start there. And the percentage value of the pieces that are missing is like a pass or fail in school. You know, when you had like this one test, and no matter what you had done throughout the semester, whatever, if you fail this one test, forget everything else you've done. That's how that seems to me. That's where I'm coming from, literally. Okay? So, like I said, that's a lot of, that's a tough one. Not even tough. That's a crazy idea to say, why can't you push it to the side? Like I said, I heard what he was saying. He said, push it to the side. He said, I'm not in love with her because of what she has in her genes. And that could be genes like the physical pants, or it could be genes like hormones. So I saw what he did there. Good wordplay, sir. I'll give you credit for the wordplay. But if you have to move a Enos pay out of the way in order to deal with your lady, then you're not dealing with a lady. It is what it is. Y'all can be upset. I told y'all I pissed somebody off with the trans football thing the other day. So now let's just go headlong into it. Let's just go all the way in. Pause. Because I am tired of people trying to say to me some shit that I know don't make no sense. There's a reason why people have rebelled against all of that rhetoric. Like why you can't just be with who you want to be with, and whatever people want to call you, then so what? You know what I'm saying? If you really love a person that much, you're not going to care. There's people that are in interracial relationships, and people are calling them words on the street, and they just live through it and love each other. So if you want extra poles around in your bedroom, you know, both of y'all waking up with stiffies, then that's on you. I'm not going to hate on you for that. But what you're not going to say is that that's the same as a non-trans woman. I personally think women should be appalled that anybody even says stuff like that. I always wonder why there's not more backlash on that from women. You see what I'm saying? Like a guy, you're not going to tell me that a woman is a man, and I don't care what you say. If it's down there and it gets wet down there like it's supposed to, that's a woman. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't one of these, but it's one of those. That's just a woman to me. Not a whole lot. So that person can't come and tell me they a man because I'm a grown-ass man. I'm going to be like, you're not a grown-ass man, so stop. But it seems like on the other side, we have allowed people to just start saying all types of wild shit. And I guess it's free speech or whatever it is. We just allow people to not only say wild shit, but people start believing it. I'm going to tell you right now, if you're watching Purge the BS, we are a common sense kind of group over here, and we don't do all that. So I know if I'm offending some, those are apparently the people that we don't want on the channel because they got offended by the football thing, and I was like, what? All because I said the dude looked like that the person looked like the defensive line of the Eagles or something like that. I don't know. People need to get their shit together. All right, so what's the vote, guys? The question is, does that make the person a homosexual if they have a trans partner? And it's an interesting question because actually it's not even that interesting. I guess if you have the same plumbing, then you are same sexual. And whatever that is for you, whether it's lesbian or gay or whatever, it's same sexual. So I don't know. Because I could put on a nice wig, shave the beard off, throw in a little bit of eyeliner, and who knows? I could pass this one. I'm just playing. Wow. Good night in the chat. I like that one. Brokeback Mountain meets Chuck Norris. That is basically what we're seeing here. So, guys, I guess from what I'm seeing in the chat, everybody's kind of like I am. Hey, if you want to do that, you want to have that, that's fine. But don't come and tell me that you got the same thing I got. Like as far as your lady is not the same as my lady. Your lady is not the same as my lady, okay? Even if you think that that's a lady, and that's up to you, however you want to feel. But you're not going to come over here to my house and tell me that my lady is the same as your lady when your lady got the same plumbing I got. Ain't nothing like that. Nope. Nope. Sorry. So, like I said, we're going to piss them off today. You guys ready? I got another one. Watch this. You thought that was bad. You thought that one was bad. Hold up. Check this shit out. Hold up. Come on, load up, bro. Load up. What I'm saying is, why can't we just be honest? You see what I'm saying? Like, why do we have to try to skew other people's reality to make them accept some crazy shit that we didn't become okay with? Like, some stuff I get. Some issues or stances I understand. But it's the assimilation of saying, this is the same as that. It's not the same. One of these things does not belong here. One of these things is not the same. You see what I'm saying? And I think we can be honest about that without being offensive. Like, yo, that's not the same. That's cool. You can have that. You got your car. I got my car. Your car and my car, two different cars. So if you want to drive a stick shift while I drive an automatic, that's up to you. Okay? You might get better gas mileage, but I can eat tacos while I'm driving and not have a problem. You see what I'm saying? Y'all get it. So, like I said, today I'm on a rant. I'm not going to lie. I pissed off somebody the other day, and now I'm just going to just dive into that because that seems fun. All right, so this next one, I thought it was the lady that was, or the person. I don't know what to say about these folks these days. I don't know what executive order came out. Did we change language again? I don't know. Let's see what we got here. I don't know why my transition is not working visually, but it's working audibly. So this is, I'm hoping, a skit. It might not be, though, and that's what bothers me. So let's check it out.
Good morning. Would you pray with me? Come, Holy Spirit,
I don't know, this doesn't sound fake.
of all of your beloved children.
Rock bottom.
And kindle within us the fire of your unending and relentless love. May all of my words and our hearts together honor you today, O God, our rock and our Redeemer. Amen. But performing gender as a daily task, I would argue, is a learned cultural trait to which we have all been exposed. As understandings of drag have changed throughout history, perhaps drag today could be defined as that which threatens the already fragile and arbitrarily constructed framework.
This is a them, they. Good night. This is not a that. Okay.
Conversely, it could also be that from the moment we are born, and perhaps even before that, when families gather to reveal the sex organs of their child, that the drag show begins.
Open this up a little bit.
The blue confetti falls and the pink smoke clears, and there's a mad dash to project cultural and societal expectations of gender performance onto that child. These are learned behaviors that can be shaped either through shame or affirmation based on a perceived correct performance of drag. And it has a profound effect on our
What church is this?
And our self-worth.
Hold on, what church is this? Does anybody know what church this is? Because I had to zoom in because I wasn't really sure what I was looking at. But what I will say is this thing on the face, I don't know if that's Sharpie. I don't know what the hell that is. That could be Sharpie. But what's up with the Vulcan forehead thing? Not the Vulcan, the Klingon forehead thing. Is this a new makeup style that I'm unaware of? Is this to make you look more, like, I don't even know what to say here. My first, All I'm saying is if this is your church, don't invite me to church because I'm ignorant. And I make noises and make sounds in the back of churches. And churches have great acoustics. So you will hear how I feel. I'm not saying that a person who lives an alternative lifestyle cannot worship God. I just don't really understand how they got the whole Christian thing and now they're on the pulpit. Like, what church is this? I don't know. I know I'm gonna piss somebody off because everybody's got this thing where like everything's acceptable. But I'm just saying, if I go to church and this is the pastor, I'm gonna be a little leery about the message. You know what I'm saying? Like, the message you took in got you where you at. I don't necessarily want to be there, so I don't really want to hear your message. See what I'm saying? This is ridiculous to me. But let me just be 100% honest. See, because I'm a grown-ass man, this is probably a woman or female. Let me use the term, because I know that people don't like the term woman because that's everybody now. And females now, offensive. Females only offensive really to non-female women because you understand what the point is of what we're saying when we use the term female versus women. It was to get away from the fact that everybody was just calling themselves women. Female has to do with biology. You can't really refute that. That made it easier. But let's just venture for a second. Follow me. Come. I believe that this person would look better as whatever the hell they really are. I think this is a woman from the voice, but I've heard guys with light voices and all that. But a dude wouldn't necessarily be sharpieing on a beard. And then what's with the thing in the middle? Is that like the butthole of the beard? Like, who does that? But anyway, I'm just going to venture to say that if this is a woman, I could take this woman to a salon. She got hair. You see the hair? See the bun? There's long hair up there. Seems like nice cheekbones. Why? Why not just flip back and you would look so much better as a chick, like an actual chick? Why do all this? Who's attracted to the person with the Sharpie all over their face? What is that? What are we doing? Why can't anybody tell this person, hey, I think you would look much better as a chick? Do that. And then stay there. You can still preach if that's what you want to do. I'm just saying, you got a bedazzled collar on and glitter on your cloak. I have never been to this church, but it sounds like there was a lot of people in there when they first said, you know, everybody say amen or whatever. I heard a lot of voices. So there's a lot of people taking this in, whatever that means. Just letting y'all know, this is how I feel. I think that this person would look 1,000 times better as a woman. And I can see that. I can see the eyebrow arch, the whole situation. Take some of this makeup. I don't know. I'm just saying. Now I think the term, I don't know if the term it is allowed, but I guess if you're because it's them and they, it's multiples. So what would you say? It's? I don't know. See, that's what I'm saying. The shit is confusing. What wouldn't be confusing to me is if this person was a woman. This looks like a woman to me. Go ahead and put a little, I'm not saying throw some high heels on and a short skirt and hit the street. I'm not saying no misogynistic shit like that. I'm just saying that I think this person would look better without Sharpie on their face. I don't know. Am I the only person to say that? I must be. So let's see what we got here. All right, hold on. That didn't piss anybody off either. Okay, good. I see who we got in the chat. You guys are cool. You guys are cool in the chat today. It's a little slow because the time change messed me up. I'm not gonna lie. I've been tired the last 2 days, so I've been missing out. Been a lot going on. All right, let me move into our next situational story here. We're going to do some art first. Oh, that's Instagram. I don't want to do an Instagram clip right now. Oh, shit. Okay. All right, I guess the saga continues here. So, like I said, this is what happens when you do shows about stuff, and then they're like, you need to educate yourself. And then they start sending you clips with the intent of education. But what they don't understand is I laugh at this shit. That last person that was up there, I laughed at that when I saw it. On the inside and the outside. It was definitely an LOL. I laughed out loud. And I'm sure someone would be offended by that. And I'm also sure that I really don't care at this point. I really don't. You can hate me all you want. All I'm saying is, it's a real world out here, and we definitely need to, I'm trying to avoid pause-worthy comments, like take it all in, you know, put it in the back, that kind of thing. Good Night said, worked with them before, and they lazy. It takes a lot of energy. It takes a lot of energy to be two people at the same time. Let me just say that. And because of that, that might make you lazy at work. It's tough work being them, they. It's tough being everybody. Tamara, hold on, Tamara, pulling the trigger quick. Don't worry, Tamara. Tamara's one of my mods, and she don't like when people be talking shit to the host, which I appreciate. So sometimes if you say something a little sarcastic, if it doesn't come across right, she'll grab you up, and take your comment. So Tamara, let Goodnight hang out. It's okay. All right. Now Goodnight, don't get out the line no more. I send you a Tamara. Tamara don't play, y'all. I'm trying to tell you. She don't play. She come here for the purge, not for y'all shit. I'm sorry. So let me get to this next one, because like I said, it's been one of those days, as they would say. We're gonna go to our left cam over here. Let's go. Let's bring this up. All right. So apparently Bernie Sanders did a rally and had this person, Laura Jane Grace, sing at the rally, and said rally was, well, I guess I'll just play Bernie's piece first.
Let me thank the University of Wisconsin Parkside for the venue. Let me thank Kinsella and Pulse LLC for the music, Laura Jane Grace for the music, Lori Ellen Randy and Congressman Mark Buchan for their great remarks. Let me thank the University.
All right, I'm going to bring it to the other one because that was the thing that was controversial. And thanks for the sub, too. Good night. I do appreciate that.
God have a big fat dick, cause it feels like he's fucking me. God have a big fat dick, cause it feels like he's fucking me. Are his balls filled with lightning? Do they tingle like heaven's keys? Does your God have a big fat dick, cause it feels like he's fucking me? God have a big fat. God
I understand the sentiment. I'll say that. I just don't think it's appropriate.
Are his balls filled with lightning? Do they tingle like heaven's keys? Does your God have a big fat dick? Cause it feels like he's fucking me. God.
I need a minute on that. Because me and God, cool. I don't know which God she's talking to, or he's talking to, or they're talking to, or whatever's talking to. But this was at a political rally. This was the music there. Kind of makes that whole Puerto Rico joke seem a little soft from back in the during the campaign. No, Al, he definitely did vet this person first. That's the problem. And he even came out there thanking this person for the music, the wonderful music that was so expressive. Now I get it. Art is art. You do your art. It's cool. But asking if God has a big fat dick just doesn't seem like lyrical masterpiece to me. I don't know. I'm no songwriter or anything, but I'm just saying when they were writing that song, you know, sometimes you start writing some shit and you realize, oh, this is crap, and you throw it away. Why didn't this person throw the song away? And now we've given an entire forum to this particular person. Look, Bernie Sanders, a lot of people like you, bro. A lot of people like Bernie. I'm just going to be real. A lot of people do like Bernie Sanders. They like the way that he be talking and, you know, some of this like healthcare for all stuff he be talking about. People like Bernie Sanders. I'm going to say this. This is not going to fare well for Bernie Sanders because some people don't like people asking about the penis size of God. You see what I'm saying? The concept in and of itself is disrespectful. Because if God did have a regular human penis, it would definitely be too big to fuck with us. You understand what I'm saying? I'm going to ask if God got a big ass dick. You know what I'm saying? Draco in the chat. Everybody in the chat, just give me 1 second to just, I got to digest this. Because I try to not be super offensive to people. But at which point do we say enough is enough? At which point do we say, look, we know what's reality and what we're seeing, and we're allowed to feel how we feel about things. Bernie's allowed to have this person at his rally. I'm not saying that's wrong. What I'm saying is if he's trying to further his base and get more supporters, this may not be the way to do it. Because there's a lot of people that just don't like that shit. You see what I'm saying? It's not that they don't like the people. I don't like the song. That's a shitty song. You see what I'm saying? That's a horrible song. Oh, Andrew Martinez, thanks for stopping in the chat over there. Albon in the chat. Tamara in the chat. Oh, Andrew's asking, what did she, he, them, they do? Well, we'll give you the 20 seconds one more time so you can hear this wonderful masterpiece of a song that was recently performed at the Bernie Sanders rally. Check it out.
God have a big fat, God have a big fat dick, cause it feels like he's fucking me. Are his balls filled with lightning? Do they tingle like heavy?
No way I'm getting this video.
Does your God have a big fat dick? Cause it feels like he's fucking me. God have.
All right, I think I need to hear the second verse. Because I'm wondering, did that just repeat the whole time? Or, because that's the clip that made it to the internet. So I'm not sure if somewhere in the song there was an inference that it was maybe a joke. I don't know. But what I do know is if I go to your concert and you start singing a song about God's penis, I'm going to throw something at you. And it's going to hurt. And I'm accurate as shit from like 150 feet. I will grab a football, something. I'll grab something masculine to help out with this. I'll grab like an oily rag or something from a mechanic, or hit him with a bucket of that orange hand cleaner shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. I don't know. It's like for some musicians, I know a lot of musicians that don't even get a stage like this, that don't even get to be on Bernie's rally stage, and they're Democrats and they're not talking about God's penis. Much nicer music, family friendly. Like this was a family event. There was kids there. Can you imagine if your kid starts asking questions? What is this song about, Daddy? Look, shut up. Close your ears. Go get me a soda. You know what I'm saying? Kids. Like, when are we going to stop doing this shit in front of the kids, man? Stop doing the drag shows in front of the kids and all this shit in front of the kids. What is that? Stop. Jesus. Oh, Al Bond being mean to Diddy. Well, that's cool. He ain't going nowhere. So, here's the question, guys. And then I'm going to move on to the next story. The question is, do you feel that it is an acceptable practice to question the size of the Lord's penile at a family-friendly event on national, well, I don't want to say national TV because it wasn't televised. It was probably on PBS or something. But is that okay with the kids there and the families there? I mean, I already had my issues with some of the stuff that happened at the Pride parades because there was butt-naked people out there. What are you proud of? Nudity? That was not what the Pride parade was supposed to be, but there was ass-naked people walking down the street. They had shoes on for some reason. At least they were smart enough to do that. Put their shoes on. Yeah, man, this is ridiculous. All right, I'm gonna go to the next thing. Hold on. Let me get over to the next. I don't know why my transitions aren't working. It's just jump cutting. It's supposed to be showing the Purge logo and whatever. Today is not the day for that, apparently. Today, things are not transitioning correctly. The show about people transitioning, the transitions aren't working in the show. Calling it what it is. Even my computer don't like having to push this shit through it. All right. What we got next? Let's see what else is on here. Oh, okay. I see what they did. I see what y'all did to me this week. Okay. So apparently, I guess because they were on the topic of like dude chicks, they decided to let me know this, that our wonderful ex-First Lady, Miss Michelle A. Obama, is starting a podcast. Now, there have been rumors about Michelle Obama possibly being like me, like a dude. I can't say that I've proven that. I haven't investigated, and I'm not going to be pushing things to the side to find out. If that does so happen to be true, that's crazy. Okay? But hey, we were cool with her when we talked about she had ass. So here's the question, right? So if somehow, and this is no disrespect to the Obamas, but if somehow they found out that Michelle Obama was a dude, right? Like really a dude, 100% irrefutable evidence that she's a dude, would we go back on how we used to talk about how Michelle Obama had cakes and she had some yams in the back? You know what I'm saying? Is that wrong? Because it's still true that Michelle Obama had yams in the back. But what if Michelle Obama's a dude and you're telling a dude that he has yams in the back? Are you now homosexual because you said a dude had a fat ass? I don't know, but some people will say that you are. So the reason why they brought this up is because Miss Michelle Obama has a new podcast coming to YouTube. I told you, everybody's going to come over here. That's why things are messed up over here. Everybody's coming over here. Jasmine Crockett over here. Michelle Obama's over here. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's coming over here. Because the mainstream media, nobody's paying attention to that no more. Everybody's been on YouTube and X. So everybody's on YouTube and X. And these people have money, they have reach, and they already have popularity. So it's easy to make that move. And if the content is any good, she'll do okay on YouTube. She'll do okay, but she's doing the whole podcast. I would have wanted to see, I hate to say it, but I would have wanted to see her and Barack Obama do a podcast, like a relationship podcast or something. I think that would have been cool. Maybe a family kind of thing. But she's doing this with her brother, who looks like he would look better as a woman, which is interesting. He's got a kind of hefty RuPaul going. That's what he's giving. And so everybody's talking about it. CNN is talking about it. I didn't know Michelle Obama had a brother. Maybe they should ask the brother some questions. But you know what? I'm going to be real. I don't think Michelle Obama's a dude. I just think that that's a funny thing to say. And because there's been some weird video clips, there was at least one where it looked like something was swinging up under her dress. I saw that one and I was like, I don't know. But I don't know. I don't necessarily think Michelle Obama's a dude. I think people need to stop with that till you have irrefutable evidence. If you want to find out if Michelle Obama's a dude, you know what you do? Get Candace Owens to do the damn research. Because Candace Owens will go overseas tracking down your bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like if she got a story she's into, she will spare no expense to dig up in your ass and find out the truth. So she put herself in some really precarious positions doing that. But I would love to see, like if and this is the other thing. If Candace Owens thought that, I think she would have done a thing on it already. That's all I'm saying. So are you guys pumped up about Michelle Obama coming to YouTube to now speak her opinions with her wonderful brother, whose name is Craig? His name is Craig. Now here's the funny part is his name is Craig Robinson. So when I first saw the clip, or when I first got the header, it said that she was doing a podcast with Craig Robinson, and I was thinking that Craig Robinson, the comedian, you know, the guy that does that, he can play piano and songs, he can sing a little bit. He was on, I think, The Office for a while. That dude, he's fucking funny as hell. I would have watched that. Like, I literally, if she'd have done it with that dude, I would have tuned into that, definitely. Because that guy is funny. But this is Craig Robinson, her brother. And apparently, hey, Andrew Martinez, you know what I'm talking about. Piss off Candace Owens if you want to. Y'all can say what you want about Candace Owens. A lot of people don't like Candace Owens, but the woman does research. She don't just come out here spouting a bunch of stuff. She will bring some receipts, and you'll be like, look, if this receipt ain't fake, then she done found something. She did the same thing with Kamala Harris. She did the same thing with the guy Macron or whatever from overseas. She done dug into a bunch of people. Taylor Swift, Blake Lively, a few folks. I done seen it. And at the end of it, it'd be that she's telling the truth. I still don't know about the whole man thing with the Macron people, but she damn sure got some good evidence on it. I'm just saying, it's tough to deny it. It's really tough to deny it. Once Candace gets you out there, man, it's tough. So, hey, good night. You can't say that around here because a lot of people hate Candace Owens. I personally love Candace Owens. That's me. But that's because I would rather her, like what she's talking about and how she kind of portrays herself, I just think it's a better example than the ratchet shit. And if I had to choose between 10 ratchet women and 10 Candace Owens, I would take 10 Candace Owenses, me personally. You know what I'm saying? Some people would want all the ratchetness because they love chaos and shit. Me personally, I would love to have 10 highly educated, well-spoken black women versus 10 uneducated, definitely not well-spoken, black women. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. So let me set myself up here. Because now we're in a black space. And I guess that's where we got to be. We're in a black space now. We're in a black space. Let me come out. Do I want to stay in a black space? Because they sent me this stuff about these the rallies and everything. Look, man, I'm going to tell y'all right now. If they shut the government down to try to stop Elon Musk, that's just dumb. But I do get it. Extreme measures call for extreme things. So
you're not having sex for a month?
Oh, hold on. I'm showing you the Extreme Measures rally that was done. Liberty Hangout did this video. So special shouts to Liberty Hangout. I'll put the link in the description if you want to see it. I'm not going to play this whole video because it's like a 30-minute video. But apparently she went to a rally. I'm not sure what state was she in. Doesn't look like D.C. I don't know. Maybe we'll figure it out. We'll look for some context clues together. We'll figure out where this is at. But basically, this lady goes and she goes to a Democratic rally to see what they're talking about. So let's see what's going on.
Doesn't like what?
Rescue me from her.
You said she rescued you?
Yeah.
What did you need rescuing from, sir? I'm just asking you questions.
You're from Trump's campaign. You're a Trumpster.
I've never met Trump.
You're
I've
a
never been
Trumpster.
part of his campaign.
But you're a Trumpster.
If you get near me, you're going to jail.
Says who?
Oh, yeah, you will.
They don't want me to have a voice. Your guys' signs just shoot you right in the foot every time. I love it. All right, I am at a women's rally where they are chanting about me here because there's so few of them. I've taken over the whole rally. They won't let people talk to me. They said that I am being really scary and they're worried about how these women will talk to me. So, I don't know. Let's just see what they have to say. Do you want us to come over there?
No, I'd like to speak to her.
Oh, okay. I've been spotted.
So,
do you want to stand or you want to sit?
No, I don't want to do it.
Why not? Oh, what did you say to her? I'm a woman at this woman's rally and you're telling another woman not to talk to me? I would never tell anybody not to talk to you because you seem like a really nice woman. That's a neat shirt that you have.
Now! What do we want?
Well, she's filling up that chair.
When do we want them? Now! What do we want?
Equal rights!
When do we want them?
Now! What'd your sign say?
Defending freedom.
What's the other side say?
This is my list of things to do.
Your list of things to do? Like your grocery list and stuff?
No, I'm involved with a mayoral candidate in Lake Wales. So.
Okay, perfect. I love that. I love your big sign of what to do. So, what brought you out here today? Because it's a women's rally. What are you out here supporting?
I believe everybody deserves equal rights, whether you're a woman, man, or whatever.
Yeah.
So this is a good opportunity to be here. So eat the love.
Rich, right? They don't pay their fair share in taxes sometimes. So, you know, is there one particular issue, women's issue, that speaks out to you that you think is being infringed upon?
Well, we fought for the right to have abortions. I thought that was a big issue, and I thought we would win, but... Okay. Gotta go.
His wife was like, get
I'm
the
a woman
hell
at
away
this
from
women's
her.
rally. Do you think you could? So what brought you out here today?
Just celebrating
If you flip your camera around, we could do it like selfie style.
That's okay.
Yeah, so celebrating International Women's Day. What's the main women's issue that brought you out today?
I'd rather not speak to you.
Oh, come on, you want to film our conversation? We could have a conversation.
Yeah, the whole thing is you came here filming, so...
You're part of that group.
I'm part of MAGA group?
Yeah.
No, I'm part of Feminist camp.
You're from Trump's campaign. You're a Trumpster.
I've never met
being a
Trump.
little too
I've never been
aggressive.
part of his campaign.
But you're a Trumpster.
There we go. Somebody said, oh, hold up. You
Would that upset
Bro,
you
getting
if
a
I
little too
were?
close.
So you're one. So what matters to you as a man here on International Women's Rally?
It's not worth it.
I already gave you my answer when I was sitting at the chair. And now, how close are you going to get to me? I gave you free space and actually told the gentleman.
You came up to me.
No. When the gentleman walked up to
Why
me,
are you treating a woman like this at a women's rally?
Are you kidding?
How do you think? I've given you more respect, and actually, I've done better than he did when that guy jumped up on you.
How much do you charge for protection?
Nothing.
I'd love to hire you. Juan, my previous bodyguard, is nowhere to be seen. I'm not sure if he got deported or anything. His name was Juan. I haven't seen him in a while. So, I didn't, but Trump may have.
Women's power.
So why are you telling people not to talk
First of all,
to me at a women's
none of
rally?
these women old enough to be leading abortions or young
Because
enough.
there's not a good turnout
I
here,
hope not.
so
Who's doing that?
When do we want them?
Hi, what's your sign say? Bands off our bodies. What's that mean to you?
What does it mean to you?
What does it mean to me?
Yes.
Well, I'm not holding the sign. That's why I asked you.
I only speak to journalists with
I'm not a journalist.
integrity.
I'm not a journalist.
Yeah, yes you are. You're just a...
No, I'm not.
You're an on-air media
Foxtrot
person, and you have
Delta
no integrity,
Tango.
and I have no desire to speak to you.
How do you know anything about me?
Goodbye.
What's my name?
Goodbye.
What's my name?
Just walk away. It's public property.
You don't even know
Leave.
anything about me. I'm at a women's rally.
Let me tell you, I'm gonna pause this for a second. I'm gonna pause this for a second, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. I get that people are, standing for their rights or whatever, but why so aggressive? You seen the one dude that came up in that lady's face? He was lucky he didn't get punched out. Like if that was my woman and you stepping up like that, whoa, back up, bro. She's got a microphone out. Talk to the mic. You trying to come up in her face. You're a Trumpster. You're a Trumpster. Well, let me help y'all understand something about this video. Because like I said, we took a moment. I found my context clues. I heard a couple of things. This is Florida. Florida's a red state. That's why there's nobody at this rally. You see what I'm saying? It looks like they're at the Lakeland Municipal Building. That's what I saw in the background. And they mentioned Lake Wales, which all sounds like Florida shit. So why are y'all doing this in Florida? Y'all ain't changing nothing. The governor is a Republican. The Trump lives there. Like, what are y'all doing? I guess when you don't have nothing else to do during the day and you just at home, maybe they live in an assisted living community because it's not a lot of young people out here at all. It's like a bunch of old people and some people that might be upper 30s, maybe 40s or so, a couple of them. But for the most part, it's like these old women sitting in chairs, just angry. Ah, we hate you because you're still young and beautiful. Ah. I'm just saying, why are we so aggressive, y'all? This woman, the woman that's talking, she doesn't seem like she's being totally trollage because she's asking questions and not getting answers. So she's not getting an answer and then responding with some Trump stuff. They're not even giving her a chance to talk. But we'll continue. We'll continue. I'll give it 2 more, 3 more minutes.
But what does that mean? So there's a man here that's been like policing these women and like kind of has a leash on them. And he's like telling them back away 3 feet back away.
What do we want? Super clear.
Hi,
no one's being aggressive. Oh, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to your subscribers.
Thank you.
No one here's being aggressive whatsoever. This is the literal chillest thing I've ever gone to.
Then why are you guys so mad?
No one here's angry at you.
If there's no one being aggressive, why is he having to tell people 3 feet away from me?
Because he believes in personal bubbles.
Put the mic in my face. I also asked you for space, right? Personal bubble. 3
Yes.
feet. Everybody's entitled to it, right? We all are.
Even people
By
in
the
the
way, their
room are
signs
entitled
suck.
to have personal space to where they aren't being poisoned with
I
chemicals
got a cousin
or
that
ripped
can
from
make
their
signs
mother's
like
womb with
nothing.
forceps in the second trimester, right?
Women rock.
Do you believe that?
Women rock. Women rock.
I said, do you believe that? He goes, no.
Women rock. Women rock. Women rock. Women rock. Women rock. Women blah 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 blah.
Except for me, right? You guys don't want me talking to people. She's been over here telling people not to talk to me. She doesn't even know anything about
First
me.
of all, if y'all don't want to talk to her, why are y'all talking to her?
We know your YouTube channel now.
What is it?
I swear.
Feminist camp? No? Is that not what you told me earlier?
It is it's my YouTube channel.
Okay, so why laugh?
So why are you against someone from feminist camp talking to other women?
No Viagra. No choice. No
If you would like to look up your own YouTube channel, that's okay.
No choice. No Viagra.
If this is
I thought you weren't going to
He
talk to
said
me.
no Viagra. What are they talking about in the back?
clearly there's
I thought you weren't going to talk to me. If you want to tell me what you're out here today, protect trans rights. Okay. So what do you think about Peyton McNabb, who was hit so hard in the face by a volleyball player on the opposing team, who was a man pretending to be a woman?
I thought I wasn't talking to
She
you.
got brain and permanent injuries. Well, you got trans rights. Well, you are now.
I thought I wasn't talking.
You are now.
Yeah, so I guess we shouldn't talk to you.
Yeah, you are now. You are now. Are trans rights more important than women's
People
rights?
are annoying.
I thought I wasn't talking to you.
You are. You keep talking to me. Are trans rights more
Bunch of
important than
like
women's
old
rights?
Karens and Janices and
Are trans rights more important than women's rights?
You're gonna do bait and
Janice is
switch all
just a
day long.
Karen at
It's
work.
yes or no question.
No, it isn't.
That's
No,
what
they're
Janice is,
not.
the HR
I
lady.
love it.
Isn't
Why
a yes
not?
or no question.
Why are
because
trans rights not more
Nobody's
important than
saying.
women's rights?
I know.
What brought you out here today?
Thank you. My own reasons.
Yeah, what are they? Because you said resist on your board. That's kind of like what they did at the address to Congress. I like that because they kind of wrote on the things and held it up. Did you watch that?
No.
You didn't watch the address to Congress.
Which address to Congress? Sorry.
She don't even watch
The other day, Trump had an address to Congress.
All right. Enough of these
Women's rights, human rights.
Their sign says women's rights are human rights, and they're chanting women's rights are human rights right now, but they keep trying to infringe on my right to free speech to talk to people, and they put their signs in front of their faces, in front of my face. That's not nice.
Women's rights, human rights.
All right, I'm gonna let that be what it is. I can't do any more with that. Women defending men in women's sports is insanity. Draco, I did that on the last episode about the trans football player situation, and I got myself in a little bit of trouble. So apparently, yeah, I'm feeling you. I'm feeling you. I had to stop it because it's like her interviews are going to go nowhere. They got this one person. This is the person with the microphone and the speaker. This one right in the back. This is the shittiest rally I've ever seen. Like, who invited these people? They're not even fun ralliers. Like, nobody's even worried about them storming the building. It would take them 8 years to get there. It's just rough. It's just rough. All right, I'm going to get it off the monitor. Special shouts to Liberty Hangout on YouTube for enduring that, because I couldn't do it. I would probably, they would have had to remove me from the premises. If that was like, let's say I was with my wife and she was doing the interviews and people all up in the face, like, yo, back up, man. What is y'all doing? She's not over here yelling anything. She's actually asking questions. It's what an interviewer is supposed to do. So she's doing the right thing. I don't think she's being overly disrespectful about it. I think the lady was being pretty nice about it, if I may say so myself. So we're gonna give it up one quick time for what's this lady's name? Caitlyn or some shit. We're going to give it up for Caitlyn for enduring that for us. So we don't have to. Okay? You're right though, Draco. They can't storm nothing. Ain't nobody scared of these folks. You got to bring some tiki torches or some shit for anybody to think anything's going on. These are handwritten signs, and you know half of them got they hands are shaky. That's why the signs look like that. They trying to draw the sign. So yeah, I mean I get it, and this is my whole thing about the Purge the BS. Is all we're doing is asking questions and having conversation. And a lot of times, I'm trying to tell you, every video I do, we get hit for something. It's either hate speech, conspiracy theory, promoting violence. Like I've had, and they always let it go after a day or two once I, ask for a review and refute it. But why go through that in the first place? This woman obviously has free speech. She's not really able to even get across her point because nobody's really talking to her. They're just mad that she's there. Now, my question is, what else did she either do, say, or have around her that made everybody so aggressive towards her about Trump? Because I never heard her say anything about Trump. It's just everybody kept saying, you must be one of them Trumpsters. Why? Because I'm not out here with y'all sorry asses? That doesn't necessarily mean that. That might just mean I got better shit to do with my time and I don't need to be out here with y'all. Or if I'm going to be out here with y'all, I'm going to get some content and make some money off of AdSense. I'm going to make it a monetary opportunity. Now, I've heard that some of these protesters get paid. So I don't know if this group, came together at the HOA in their little assisted living community and decided that they were going to be the leaders of this protest. But that's what it looks like. And in my opinion, this is like the shittiest protest ever. I've seen better protests in the parking lot of a Walmart over whatever Walmart was doing with their employees or something like that, and they weren't giving them union benefits, and they had people outside. Much better protest. It was louder, they were singing. They actually had a DJ. It was crazy. I threw a couple ones in the air just to see what people would do. Melee broke out. But nonetheless, this is shit. And I'm getting tired of people wasting their time with the shit. So since we're going to talk about the shit, we are going to get to our main story of today. Because I want to have this conversation with y'all while I have a moment. If you didn't know already, the Black Lives Matter mural, street, plaza, whatever you want to call it in DC, that was put up in a response to, I guess, the Black Lives Matter movement and a couple of things like that. They put it up, but now they're taking it down. Y'all got to see this. Hold up. So, anybody who's from DC or in the DC area, you can go get yourself a rock or a broken piece of the mural for the next 24 hours to 48 hours. You can go down there yourself. Can't park on that street, but you can walk down there and grab yourself a rock of destroyed BLM stuff. If you want to commemorate whatever the hell that was. I don't even think the street was operable after they did that. Like, it totally messed up the street. But whatever. I'm gonna play the clip, and we are going to do a na at the end of this. Because there's a lot to it. And once again, y'all know, it's all a ploy. It is all a ploy. So let's see what we got here. So I want y'all who love the BLM movement, I want y'all to be angry right now. Get angry. At least the damn street is still functioning. All right, so this lady's getting ready to talk in a second. Hold on 1 second. All right, so They introduced a bill that urged the District of Columbia to rename Black Lives Matter Plaza. And I
I'm
guess
here
in order to
because
rename it, they had to
I
repaint
just
it.
felt such frustration and outrage when I heard that the administration had pressured DC to take out Black Lives Plaza. When this went in,
I'll see you on
it
the next
meant a
one, Tamara.
lot
Thanks
to a
for
lot of
stopping in.
people, residents of DC, but I
you feel
think
better, too.
also to residents of the United States and to the world, that we were finally acknowledging something which has been a difficult part of U.S. culture.
So I felt it was important to come down here and just see it one last time before it went away, since, you know, the president put a mandate on her to get rid of it or he would take funding away from the district. And so
just so you know, the threat was that if they didn't remove, rename, whatever, reconstruction is what they call it. If they didn't reconstruct the plaza, that they would take federal funds away from DC. And I'm like, how you going to take federal funds away from the place where the federal government at anyway? And how much does it cost to dig up a street? It's not cheap. So who paid for that? The American taxpayer. So we paid for it to go down and we paid for it to come up. And I'm not sure who of you in my chat was part of the decision making on this, but I just think that our resources and time could have been spent on better things. I didn't know that the Black Lives Matter Plaza was that big of a damn problem in DC. For those who are DCers, y'all can let me know. I don't know. I never actually saw it myself, and I had been through DC a few times, but I never went down there. It wasn't a big thing for me. And it was only because paint on the street don't remove blood on the street. You understand what I'm saying? And until you're removing the blood in the street, then I don't give a fuck if you paint something. Great. I've seen a million murals in cities where people have passed away and they draw, paint a mural on the side of a building. That's fun. But they decided to use big block letters to put Black Lives Matter on the thing. And here's the other part. It was on a street and it's in yellow. So it was very confusing to people driving, apparently, because the yellow lines, they're thinking that it's either a parking thing, or if you don't know what it is when you drive up on it, you might not know that this is not some type of caution tape. This is a word, because it's 3 blocks long. So, or 2 blocks long. But the point is, people didn't like it. And the reason why they didn't like it was for a few reasons. One, like I said, it was kind of confusing to folks driving over it. 2, it messed up some traffic in the area, but DC traffic is shit every day, all day, so I don't know what they're talking about with that. But most importantly is, what was Black Lives Matter even about? So we're going to get to that as soon as I let this broad-shouldered young lady finish her point. She got a nice little polo long sleeve tee on. That's nice. I like that joint. Something I would wear. She probably got my size on too.
I mean, she had to make a decision on behalf of her community, and the city and the district. And I don't fault her for that. We don't want the district to be defunded.
I'm frightened. This administration frightens me. It seems
What you got to be scared of?
Very prejudiced against people of color, against the LGBTQ community, against women who don't fall into line, actually against anyone who doesn't fall into line with what they want. And that's very frightening for a government that has always
just painted over it. But then
at least acknowledge that there are
like
differences in our country.
Let's destroy the whole thing. Let's dig the whole street up. Let's get a whole contracting company out here. Let's close the roads. Let's do all of this to get rid of a BLM mural. Let's get the police out there. Look at this. Hold on. So I got to read the caption if y'all can't see it. The plaza was created in 2020 following the murder of George Floyd, a black man killed by a white police officer. Here's the thing, guys. A lot of people had different. Initially, Black Lives Matter was cool. I'm not even gonna lie, it was cool. But then they started digging into it. Then Candace Owens got a hold of it. And she did a whole movie on it. I think it was called The Greatest Lie Ever Sold or something like that. I keep telling y'all, don't play with Candace. Y'all can say what you want about her. She does her damn research, man. And then if you can't refute the research, you got to shut the hell up and just take what she's saying. And she went all the way. She went to the people house that started BLM. And they had some nice houses. They had like 6 different $1 million houses and all that. So they came up on the backs of BLM and the riots and all that kind of stuff. And then it turned out, that George Floyd, like a lot of people, had underlying health conditions. And now they talk about pardoning the guy that was on his neck. It's just stupid. But the point I'm trying to make is they could have made a mural for black people without having to make it in honor of the George Floyd situation. Niggas been under scrutiny and getting killed for years. So it wasn't necessary. At the time, what it was a pacifier because people were pissed and they were rioting and they were doing all this kind of stuff. People were pissed off. So I guess the government at the time said, you know what? We can calm black people down by giving them something to look at. Because that's how we are. We're very, if we got something visual, then all of a sudden we're happy. We got a statue somewhere. Hey, forget everything else that's going on. Forget the fact that we still not getting our education together and our families are shit. Hey, we got Martin Luther King statue though. We're statue people. And that's because initially there wasn't no statues of black people. There was no historic monuments of black people in America. There's no black person on Mount Rushmore. There's no, you know what I'm saying? So they figured out, hey, every time black people get upset, you give them something to look at. And while they're looking at it and they calm down, we can go do some other stuff. So they took all this time, all this money to build this thing. It took weeks. Traffic was shittier for weeks for them to build this thing just to tear it down and threaten federal funding. Like, come on, man. Why threaten federal funding? So they don't have a choice but to take it down. That's not an option at that point. You're DC. DC, obviously, it's not even a state. So they definitely need federal funding. It's the District of Columbia. So the second they say, hey, we're going to take the federal funding, and I'm not even sure what the federal funding is for, but it's still part of the United States, so they have to fund certain things. So I don't know what they're talking about. And personally, I believe that, like my man Al Bond said in the chat, that it's all smoke and mirrors. Like, how you going to just take money away from DC? You in DC. So when you can't get to work because the roads are screwed up, because you didn't put the federal money in the infrastructure, because it's not a state, who are you going to blame? So no, they weren't going to cut aid off from DC. They're just telling you all that because they want us to think that, they had no choice. They had no choice. They could have just wrapped it up into the whole, we're getting rid of DEI, and the street was a diverse and equitous and inclusive street, and we have to do away with it. But what they have proposed, and I'm going to see how this turns out, instead of the Black Lives Matter mural, they're going to do a 250th commemorative mural of the 250 years of the United States being in existence, or being a union, or whatever you want to call it. And the thought is that they will intertwine multiple cultures. You'll probably see Martin Luther King in there somewhere. They always put Martin Luther King and stuff. So they'll put MLK in there, probably a couple of singers, Nina Simone, stuff like that, and just paint a bunch of faces. It'll look like the Midnight Marauders cover from Tribe Called Quest. Y'all youngins don't know about that. But Midnight Marauders was an album and had a bunch of faces on the cover. And it'll probably look like that, which will also look like mugshots. But we'll see. We'll see what they'll do. So I'm going to let them finish their little 3-minute clip here, and then I'm going to close it out, and then we're going to get up out of here. But I just want y'all to keep in mind, the whole thing followed the murder of George Floyd as if there wasn't already some shit going on that we could have created a mural for. Are you meaning to tell me that until 2020, that black lives did not matter? Or are you telling me that since 2020, black lives matter more because this mural was put down? I don't know. I don't think so. I think we're still at the same place. Personally, I don't think the mural changed anything. I don't think the George Floyd riots changed anything. And I know early in the joint, y'all heard about the George Floyd Act, which was a troll, but it was very interesting how the guy put it together. A guy named I can't think of his name right now. It's a white dude. But what is his name? Forget it. Doesn't matter. So let me let them finish up so we can close out. So I guess all of the digging is maybe they'll just refill the holes and then paint over the rest of it. The digging is to get those posts out the ground that have lights. There was these posts on the ground that were lit up, I guess, from under them for the plaza, and that's what they're digging up right now. I don't know if they're necessarily going to dig up the whole street, but all right, I'm going to say this because a lot of people told me that when people started getting deported, that construction work would no longer be able to be done. I'm going to let y'all know something. This decision just happened last week. They just said last week that this was happening, and now it's happening. They didn't even wait like a couple weeks. They said as soon as Black History Month is over, because we don't want these niggas to get too mad. As soon as Black History Month is over, let's go take that thing down. And you're right, Al. The money was already spent to put it down. They just didn't want to look at it no more. And why did they not want to look at it anymore? Was it because it was a reminder that Black lives do actually matter? Or was it because it was a reminder of the debacle that became Black Lives Matter? That part I don't know. So for me, because I did find out a bunch of people just came up off of it and really nothing changed, no legislation was changed, no new acts were enacted in regards to Black people. You know, the same consent decrees they've been given for police departments in Memphis and Baltimore and blah-da-da-da. They've been doing that. So the whole movement was really a waste of time and money and resources. And they had the whole government in on it, to the point where they changed the whole street in D.C. that they now have to dig up 4 years later. And I'm not in construction, but I know how much it costs to dig up my driveway, and it's not cheap. So who signed off on this project without anybody saying that there was possibly waste and fraud and abuse? It seems wasteful to me. I think that it should have been down further on the list of things to get done. And I'm curious to know, like, what the real justification was for it. Because if it was just, you know, if it's what I think it is and what Al Barnes says it is in the chat, they just didn't want to keep looking at the big ass Black Lives Matter. Like, all right, we get it, is how they were feeling. And they decided that it was time for it to come down. It was time for it to be over with. But was it really? Did we really have to do that right now? Can I get my $5,000 back, yo, that y'all was talking about? That's all I'm saying. I hope it didn't go into this project. I hope it didn't go into this project. I want my money. Elon and them got everybody pumped up talking about there was money. And I'm seeing money get spent, but not getting sent, if that makes sense. I'm still waiting on my tax returns. Hopefully that happens correctly and they don't take that and put it into destroying some mural. But here's the thing, man. The question I ask is, where's the line, right? I'm not going to lie. I'm okay with the fact that they moved or are rebuilding this, only because I believe that the original Black Lives Matter painting was just boring. Like, it didn't have enough color to it. It was big yellow letters everywhere. It just kind of looked stupid to me. I just think they could have done more with it. And hopefully they decide to do more with it this time around. I'm hoping. I don't know. But I just want to know, do you guys feel upset, excited, or indifferent that the Black Lives Matter Plaza was taken down? Me personally, I don't care because I want my money. And I'm tired of watching them just... I got 10 potholes in D.C. I could have recommended to fix before digging up this damn street. So D.C., we got to get it together. Wherever y'all at. D.C., we got to get it together. People are not trying to be reminded that Black lives matter. And I don't know if it's the reminder of the fact that black people matter or if it's the movement Black Lives Matter that enriched a whole bunch of lesbians and LGBTQs. That in and of itself leaves a sour taste in my mouth. So it's kind of like you're commemorating something that wasn't really what we thought it was. Similar to Columbus Day. We used to celebrate Columbus Day as the discovery of America. Then we found out later the dude was drunk. He thought he was in India. Like so he accidentally got to someone else's place and then brought his boys over later and destroyed it. Well, not destroyed it, but took over it. And we were celebrating that a drunk man did that. So one day somebody said, hey, I don't think we should be celebrating that because it led to the slaughter of millions of Native Americans. And, you know, he wasn't even trying to come over here. And so we stopped celebrating Columbus Day as a full-fledged day off from school type holiday. It's still technically a holiday. But I think they renamed it to Indigenous Peoples Day now because of the fact that he was drunk and messed up and ended up over here in the U.S. So this is my thing. Black Lives Matter as a statement is just words. But for Black Lives to matter, there is action that needs to be taken. And that action isn't changed or aided by them digging up the sidewalk. That's not going to make people more sensitive to black people or less sensitive. As a matter of fact, it was a total waste. Like we said, we could have just painted over it. Like, a lot of this paint stuff, they have a way of removing it. They just strip it. You see the shit they do on the highway. They strip it down, and then they redo the surface, which is all they're going to have to do over here. They're just going to redo the surface, and then they'll do some new painting. But I want y'all to understand that black lives do matter, but Black Lives Matter made it so that people think the term Black Lives Matter is a scam. So if you wear a shirt that says it, if you say it in public, any of that, they're like, oh, that's a scam, because that's all we're going to remember about it now. We're going to remember it was a scam, and we're going to remember that George Floyd was on fentanyl, and, you know, because the story has now changed from what it was when they first broke it on the news. So, guys, they seem to be purging what they call the BS. They believe the Black Lives Matter Plaza, as it stood, was some bullshit. And they have now dug it up. And I didn't see nobody other than that old white lady down there protesting. The black lady came down. She said, well, I just wanted to see it one more time before they took it away. She wasn't down there to argue the point. That one old white lady with a sign. That was the only person down there, man. So you know what? If black lives don't matter to black people, or if Black Lives Matter don't matter to black people, and we should just move on with trying to build our children up, our education systems are tired. You know, we're tired of paintings as suppressors. I don't want a painting anymore. I don't want a statue. I don't want none of that shit. I want money. I want egg prices to go down. I want bacon to not be as expensive. I want healthcare to be cheaper. I want it to be more of a thing for families. Like a single payer family isn't paying $300 a paycheck for somebody that's making $40,000 a year to cover their family with health insurance. And then when their family does get sick, they still got to pay co-pays. They still got to pay the deductibles. They still got to do all that stuff. Like I said, we got bigger fucking fish to fry, and they got these folks down here digging up the street just because it said Black Lives Matter on it. I just think that they were tired of seeing it because it didn't say America first, or, you know, something that was more, here we go. So we got a fact checker regarding Columbus. Let me tell you what. Who he was a descendant of and how he got here are two different things. The story that I got was that he brought the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria, and everybody was following him. And he got intoxicated, forgot which direction he was going. He was trying to go to India. Hence the reason why he started calling the Native Americans Indians, because he thought that's where he was. So I'm not taking away from the fact that someone else may have traveled over here, but what we're celebrating, what we celebrated with Columbus Day, was the discovery of America. So I appreciate the fact check, though, Sebastian. I do. I just want to make sure that we're understanding the story that I'm talking about is the narrative that we were given as kids growing up and why they stopped celebrating Columbus Day. Who his family was before then and who sailed, that's probably great information, but that wasn't what they were telling us as kids, okay? But I appreciate you looking that up for me, I do. But let's be real here, guys. If it don't matter to black people, then Black Lives Matter don't really matter. What matters is that we are getting our kids a decent education, so 2 or 3 generations from now, we're not seeing the same ratchet bullshit that we see every day, all day right now on the internet. That's the goal. So if painting or removing this mural is changing that, I don't see how. I don't see how that's going to help education. I don't see how it's going to help anything. I think it's a waste of time, a waste of money. That's what I think. I know that a lot of people are going to be upset about that and say, well, you know, it was a symbolism of strength and unity and all that, but are we even unified? The only person down there was one old-ass white lady. So we're not even unified under no Black Lives Matter. So you know what? I don't even care if they pull it up. They didn't even tell us. And then when they told us, I didn't see Al Sharpton or Ben Crump or none of them dudes. Nobody said nothing. Nobody was boycotting shit. Nobody said nothing. So you know what? It don't matter. It don't matter. It don't matter. But anyway, guys, I thank y'all for stopping into another Purge of the BS. I got to be out of here because I got some things to do before 3 p.m. today. So I'm glad y'all stopped in. I'm glad y'all hopped in. I'm glad y'all popped in. Make sure that y'all come back on Thursday. We'll be right back. And we'll see what other BS needs to be purged at that point. But for today, I believe I'm done with this. Now let me see if I can transition out of this damn thing. Let's find out. No!